Before the first stroke, everything is quiet. But in that quiet, I can feel stories waiting to be told. I never know what will happen next when I paint. Sometimes the colors surprise me. Sometimes the lines tell me secret I didn't know I had. Okay, so here we are. The table is empty. The brushes and colors are just sitting there waiting. It's a kind of like that moment before a story begins. I dip the brush, make the first line, and suddenly it feels like we are stepping into another world together. Imagine this. You and I are walking down an old stone path. At the end of it, there is this city. You won't find it on any map. From far away, it looks alive. Glowing windows, little lanterns, waterfalls spilling from the cliffs. It feels welcoming, like a place you'd want to stay. But then you notice something's off. The water keeps falling, but it never moves. The lanterns burn, but the flames don't flicker. The sky never changes. Not morning, not night, just stuck. And the people, yeah, you see them too, smiling, waving, but their movement never finished. A hand stays in the air. A laugh never ends. They don't breathe, they don't change. And that's when it hits you. This city is outside of time. No aging, no pain, no goodbyes, but also no growth, no discovery, no future. At first, it feels safe, like paradise. But then you wonder, is it really living if nothing ever changes? Every brush stroke makes the city bigger. Hours race, bridge appear, street stretch out forever. And with every line, the question gets longer. If you found a place like this, would you stay? Imagine never getting older, never losing the thing you love, but also never experience anything new. And maybe this city isn't just on paper. Maybe it's in us too. In the part of us what wants to hold onto the best moment forever, to freeze time so nothing slip away. But here's the thing, without endings. There are no stories without change. There's no meaning. A song that never ends just become noise. So I keep painting, adding more detail. And I think this city isn't just a place, it's a mirror. It shows our wish to escape endings. But the true endings are what make moments matter. Without them, life wouldn't feel alive. So let me ask you, if you stood here with me at the gates of this timeless city, would you like to step inside and stay forever? Or would you walk back into the world where time moves on, where things change, where every moment is fragile but real? Maybe you are wondering what happens if someone chooses to stay in this city. Let's imagine it. You walk through the gates and suddenly time lets go of you. You never grew older. The lines on your face never appear. Your hands stay the same. At first, it feels perfect. Every morning looks like the last perfect morning you've ever had. No fear, no worry, no tomorrow pressing down on you. But slowly, you realize something. Without change, the days start to blend together without endings. There is no reason to begin again. Imagine eating your favorite meal every day, but it never tastes different. Imagine hearing your favorite song, but it never reaches the last note. At some point, what you loved become empty. Now let's flip it. Imagine someone who decides to leave the city, to step back into the flow of time. They walk away, and with every step, change returns, seasons shift, leaves fall, shadows grow longer. Their face changes slowly year after year. There is loss, there is pain, but there is also growth. There are no beginnings. There is the beauty of things that end. So maybe the question is bigger than just this city. Maybe the question is, do we value life because of time or in spite of it? If nothing ever changed, would we still care about love, about art, about memories? Or do they matter only because we know they won't last? When I added another line to this painting, I think about that. Each line is a moment. It appears, it stays, but then I move on. The painting grows because I don't step on just one line. Life is like that. We grow because we don't freeze. Think of the moments you wanted to hold onto forever. Maybe it was a laugh with someone you love. Maybe it was a night you didn't want to end. In those moments, you wanted time to pass. But if it had paused, would you ever had reached the next moment that mattered? Would you have met the people you know now? Or learned the lesson you carry? The city outside of time is beautiful, but maybe it's beautiful because it shows us the truth that change, even though it hurts, it was made feel real. Without change, even beauty would become nothing. And I wonder if this city really exists somewhere. Not just no paper, not just imagination. Maybe people have already been here. Maybe someone once stood in front of these gates and had to choose, stay forever or walk away. Maybe the story we hear, the myth of eternal youth, the tales of hidden kingdoms, maybe they all come from people who found this place. What would you do if you were standing there and the gates opened to you? Would you look inside? Would you give up change, give up endings, give up the risk of losing just to feel safe forever? Or would you choose to keep moving, even knowing that every step brings you closer to an ending? Because endings are scary, but endings are also what make beginnings possible. Without the end of one song, there can't be another. Without the end of one day, the next can't arrive. Without the end of a story, we never understand its meaning. So as I paint, I keep asking myself, is the city outside of time really paradise? Or is it a prison that looks like paradise? Maybe it both. Maybe it depends on the heart that enters. Some people might see it as heaven, others might see it as emptiness. And that's why I wanted to share this with you, because maybe, so you are watching me paint, you are also painting your own city in your mind. Maybe your city looks different. Maybe your city has faces you know, places you've been, moments you've loved. But the question is the same. Would you freeze them forever? Or would you let them pass and trust that new ones will come? What if our lives are also like a painting? Every day, we choose a color without realizing it. Some days are gray, quiet, and heavy. Some days are bright, full of orange and yellow. And some days are dark, like black stroke on the canvas, but even that darkness can give depth to the picture. Without shows, the light would not shine so beautifully. As I keep painting, I think about how every brush stroke is like a choice we make. If the brush slips, it doesn't ruin the whole painting. It just become part of the story. Isn't that the same with mistake in life? Sometimes we think one mistake is the end, but later we see it's actually added something unique to the picture of who we are. Art teaches me patience. It teaches me that not everything has to be perfect to be beautiful. The small cracks, the uneven lines, the unexpected colors, they make the final piece alive. Maybe that is also how we should see people. Nobody is perfect, but that doesn't mean they are not beautiful. Sometimes the most meaningful part of us are the ones that are imperfect. And when I step back and look at the whole canvas, I realize sometimes important. I can see the story only when I stop focusing on one small detail and look at the bigger picture that is life too. We worry so much about small problems that we forget they are just one corner of a much longer painting. So maybe the secret is not to search for a perfect picture, but to keep ending colors one by one without fear, to live with curiosity, to accept mistakes, to celebrate small victories. Because in the end, every painting is different, and every life is a masterpiece in its own way. Until next episode and next painting, don't remember, I love you so much.